Hi everyone. In this session, we will discuss about the components of Linux operating system. So, the Linux operating system has primarily three components. Okay, they are nothing but kernel, system library, and system utility. So, this is the rough sketch of Linux operating system. Okay, now we will see these in detail one by one. Okay, first we will see about kernel. So, what is a kernel? The kernel is the core part of the Linux operating system. So, the kernel is the core part of Linux operating system. It is responsible for all major activities in this operating system. Whatever the major activities that takes place within the Linux operating system, so the kernel is the one which plays a vital role. Okay, so and the kernel consists of various modules and it interacts directly with the underlying hardware. If you see the figure, the kernel interacts with the hardware. Okay, the kernel, it consists of various modules, and all these modules, they interact with the hardware. This is the hardware. That's what the author is telling you. Okay, and the kernel provides the required abstraction to hide low-level hardware details to the system or application programs. Okay, so this is about kernel. And coming to the second one, it is system library. System libraries are special functions or programs using which application programs or system utilities accesses the kernel features. Okay, so what is a system library? System library, the system libraries are nothing but they are special functions or special programs using which the application programs or system utilities accesses the kernel features. Okay, accesses the kernel features. These libraries implement most of the functionalities of the operating system and they do not require kernel modules code access rights. So the system library, they don't want the kernel modules access, code access. Okay, so that is something about the system library. Coming to the system utility. System utility. So system utility programs are responsible to do specialized or individual level tasks. The system utilities are used to perform or it is responsible to do specialized or individual level tasks. Okay, so that's about the components of Linux operating system. Okay, now we will move to the basic features of Linux operating system. Okay, so the following are the major features of Linux operating system. They are nothing but portable, open source, multi-user, multi-programming, hierarchical file system, shell, security. We will see these in detail one by one. Coming to the first one, portable. Okay, so what is portable? Portable means software can work on different types of hardware in the same way. Okay, so portable is nothing but the Linux operating system is portable, means this Linux operating system works on different hardware devices or different types of hardware. Okay, and the Linux kernel and application programs supports their installation on any kind of hardware devices. Okay, that's a major advantage of Linux operating system. Okay, that is what the portable means. Coming to the second one is open source. We already know that the Linux operating system is open source, means it is freely available in the internet. We can simply download it and we can use it without any licensed version. Okay, we need not purchase the licensed version because it is open source. Okay, and the next is multi-user. Multi-user. Linux is a multi-user system or multi-user operating system, means multiple users can access the resources all at a time. The resources like memory, RAM, application programs, printer, scanner, etc. All those are different resources and multiple users can access all these resources simultaneously. That's why the Linux operating system is a multi-user operating system. Okay. And coming to the next one is multi-programming. What do you mean by multi-programming? Linux is a multi-programming system, means multiple applications can run at the same time. Okay, that's why we have termed it as multi-programming operating system. And coming to the second one is hierarchical file system. Hierarchical file system means, so Linux provides a standard file structure in which system files or user files are arranged. Okay, the system files or user files are arranged in a particular sequence in a hierarchical fashion. Okay, right? You know what's in hierarchy. Hierarchy means, you know, for example, if you consider a college, so management is at the top level, next to them we will have principal, and next to them we will have HODs, and next to them we will have faculty, and next to them we will have students. Okay, it's a hierarchy. Okay, like that. So here it follows a hierarchical file system, and here what happens is system files and user files are arranged, okay, in a structure. Okay, that structure is nothing but in a hierarchical fashion we are going to arrange. Next we have shell. So Linux provides a special interpreter program which can be used to execute commands of the operating system. It can be used to do various types of operations or various types of application programs can be done with the help of this shell. Okay, and last but not least, the Linux operating system is well secured. Okay, so here Linux provides a very good security to the user. And it uses authentication features like password protection, controlled access to some specific files, or encryption of data like that. So it follows different modes for providing the security. Okay, so this is all about our features of Linux operating system. Okay, so next we have the architecture. So this is the rough architecture of Linux operating system. Okay, so if you see, the architecture of a Linux system consists of different layers. Okay, you might have seen. So here we have hardware layer, kernel, shell. Okay, and at the outset now we have different utilities. So coming to the hardware layer. Coming to the hardware layer, so the hardware layer consists of all the peripherals. Okay, all the peripherals are included in this hardware layer. Okay, and coming to the kernel, it is the core component of operating system. It is the core component of the operating system, and it interacts directly with the hardware, and it provides low-level services to the upper-level components. So it directly interacts with the hardware, because hardware devices is here and we have kernel layer is here. Just above the hardware layer we have kernel layer. The kernel layer has a direct interaction with these hardware devices. Okay, so that's why what the author is telling is the kernel directly interacts with the hardware devices, as well as it provides the interaction between low level services to upper level components, higher level components. Okay, it acts as an interface. Next, coming to the next one is we have shell. What is shell? Shell is nothing but it's an interface to kernel and hiding complexity of kernel's function from users. The shell takes commands from the user and executes kernel functions. Okay, what the shell does? So it takes commands from the users. Okay, we give different commands. We have different commands, cat command, man command, etc. Like that we have a number of commands. All these commands will be given by the user, and these commands will be executed by the kernel's function, right? That takes place, that works here. Okay, and last but not least we have different utilities. Okay, utilities. So utility programs that provide the user most of the functionalities of an operating system. See, we have the users can interact here in this utility. No, the user can perform various applications. See, he is performing various applications and compilers. Okay, compiler and different commands are being used by the user. See, the user is giving cd command or vi command, grep command, date command, etc. Okay, so all these are being executed here. Okay, this is about the architecture of Linux operating system. So with this we will wind up our session. Okay, thank you.